My research is about a study of impact of a law in the U.S. stock exchange with regard to Chinese companies. Okay. So the U.S. Security and Exchange Commission requires all publicly traded companies on the U.S. stock market, regardless of domestic or international, file their annual financial statement, 10K. All those financial statements are required to be audited by public accounting firms registered with Public Company Oversight Board, PCAOB. The PCAOB was created under the Sarbanes-Oxley Law of 2002 to oversee the audits of accounting firms. However, the Chinese companies listed in the U.S. are an exception. The PCAOB was not allowed to inspect audits of Chinese-based U.S.-listed companies by Chinese accounting firms. The U.S. Senate started the Holding Foreign Company Accountable Act in March 2019 and signed into law in December 2020. So basically, this law requires US-listed Chinese companies disclose more information about their ties to the Chinese government and the Chinese Communist Party. And a company will be removed from a US exchange if the company does not provide PCAOB access to audit for 3 consecutive years. Okay. In August 2022, a US-China inspection agreement was reached. So for more than 3 years, the market was left with uncertainty. Shareholders were left to think, what is the possibility of a Chinese firm to be delisted from the United States? I want to gather data on how many Chinese companies headquartered in mainland China or Hong Kong are listed in the US year by year, how many of them have been delisted, and how many of them dual listed on a non-US exchange, such as Hong Kong or London or even Chinese mainland exchanges, and how many of them switched to a PCAOB inspected auditors. So those are basically my research questions. This research aims to make a contribution by focusing specifically on Chinese companies among US exchange. Hopefully it will provide policy implications for several important stakeholders, the Chinese entrepreneurs, the Wall Street, and stock exchanges, including the US.